not until Afrobeat artists in the diaspora get their shine.
Yeah.
I feel like it's still going to be a little bit hard. So which comes down to like, what I really like, where I find myself, like, I have a, how would I say it? Like, I have a set goal.
Almost like purpose.
Yeah, like, pretty much I found my purpose.
Yeah.
And one of my purpose, I believe, is to, like, try to help uplift, like, enough of the international artists already. Like, there's already popping.
Yeah.
We need to find a way to come together, like, Africa is unity. Like, we need to come together and help uplift each other. London did it.
Yeah.
A lot of artists went to London to go and blow. So like, very soon, it's like I said, just watch out.
Yeah.
Just watch.
Giving me attention. I think they're making me those and you need those and the beat that pump I want.
Welcome back to another episode of the Pepper Soup Talk Show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where we bring to the table movers and shakers in the African diaspora. My name is Aki. I'm here with my partner Toby. And we got with us DJ Bukz.
Yes, sir. It's DJ Bukz.
DJ Book.
Yes, like you're reading the book. You big book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my real name is actually Bukumi.
Okay.
Yeah, so I pretty much got books from Bukumi.
Bukumi, got you.
Bukumi, God blessings.
So now DJ Bukz has been, I mean, you've been spinning everywhere. Like we've seen your name everywhere.
Wish.
I'm just telling you what the
really
what we've been seeing.
I mean,
we know your journey is you're on your way and
right,
and you're telling your story.
Yes.
As we speak, but we want to peel back the layers into how you got into what you do, where you come from, and where you kind of want to take everything.
Right.
So so this welcome to Pepper Soup Talk, and thanks for being on our show.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. What's up, my people? Like they said, though, it is DJ Bukz in here. Yeah, straight from Philly, born and raised in Nigeria. Pretty much got raised in Philly as well. So Philly is a really nice. It has a heavy background in my name.
When did you come to the U.S.?
2010, March 5th.
March 5th, 2010.
Yeah, 2010.
How old were you then?
I think I was like 12, 13, reaching around the age. I don't really remember.
How was it trying to integrate?
It was pretty interesting. Yeah, like, leaving your country from like a very young age and then coming over here, it's just more like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
And I didn't know really better. I was just pretty much going with the flow.
Yeah.
And easily, like, I just started picking up a couple of interests. I played the drums at church.
Okay.
I went to CAC in Philadelphia, Baltimore, 5800 in Baltimore. Yeah, and then school, I finished school, kind of found interest in aviation.
Okay.
Yeah, aircraft mechanic. Like, I started doing that. And then it was when I got there, it was like, I got interested in DJing.
Yeah.
And slowly found my way.
When you got to school?
This was when, like, I started school at Aviation Institute of Maintenance.
Okay.
Yeah, like 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, 2014.
So how did you get into DJing and music during that time? Because it sounds like you'd be getting into more into aviation, right?
Right.
So how did that all unfold? And were you tapped into music at all when you were in Nigeria? Something that started when you were here.
So music is pretty much what started when I was here. I went to New York this one time and I saw one of my favorite DJ Tunes. He DJ'd the party. It was live and I really enjoyed what he was doing.
Yeah. Like,
I really enjoy him playing music and crowd interacting. Like, and when I say a crowd, I mean like people at the age of 50, 60. Like, it's different when the younger partying.
Yeah.
But for you to get the older crowd to like, actually get up and dance, and every song you're playing after that, they're reacting to it. It's just love.
What kind of music was he playing? Was he playing like old school high life?
Yeah, he was pretty much playing a lot. He focused on like juju, like Fuji, Afrobeat back then, or like gospel. So like Ayefele, King Sunny Ade, Ayuba, and like all of that really good stuff. So I saw him and I got really interested. And like I think this was when I was in high school, 12th grade in high school, and then from there, I had a teacher back then which was also interested in DJing. So I'm supposed to be in class, English class, mind you, classes more like my English class, and then he had a computer class.
Yeah.
So instead of me to spend time in my English class, my teacher didn't really care. So like, I just take myself opposite class because he knows I'm going to be there. I still got credit to be in class anyway. So I just go on the computer, virtual DJ, and like, start figuring out like, what is this, what is that, what is that? And like, just got into it. And then because my father is a choir master.
Okay.
So every single year we provide music.
Yeah.
So ever since like, I came over to United States, like I helped assist. So like I play music. And then this lovely day, it was a Davido concert in New York. I really wanted to go to New York that day. So I was looking for DJs. People ask me this, like, what really got you into DJing? Like, it's really interesting, but to be real, because like, we're trying to be real here.
Yeah.
I was asking DJs around, like, I was looking out like, hey, the church has 150 to offer, but these people are charging nothing less than 300. So I'm like, man, they're charging this price. I think I'm about to take this serious, So I just sat down. I called up one of my boys, Vic B. He gave me a couple of files, and then from there, I just started downloading. I didn't end up going to Davido concert that day because I couldn't find a DJ that could take the price. So I'm like, you know what? I'll take it serious. And then from there, I just started like, buying. I started working towards getting equipment. And then I got my equipment, and then like, my dad actually got me my first gig.
Okay.
Yeah, and then pretty much.
Wow.
From there, step. And we got here.
So it was like one foot in front of the other, step to step.
Yes.
You mentioned Vic B, and shout out to Vic B too, because
big shout out.
He spun out actually our last event before the pandemic shut down.
Right.
And we know that we've seen him spin a lot just in Philly. How did you and Vic get connected?
Church.
Okay.
Yeah, my church is at 58 in Baltimore. This church was at 52nd in Baltimore.
Okay.
So like we weren't that close like that, but we're kind of pretty much close.
Gotcha.
And I knew him as a DJ as well. So I'm like, yo, please, can you help me out with some music?
Yeah.
He told me to pull up. I pulled up. I gave him a flash drive, plugged up, like, give me he was like, yo, as a DJ, I can't give you all my music.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you what you need and pretty much research and like work yourself. So I'm like, all right, bet, no problem.
It's like give you the seeds.
Yeah.
Give you the seeds.
I'll go ahead and take that. And then I started DJing in my room. After that church, I started DJing in my room. And then from there, one of my boy, DJ LIB, big shout out to LIB, first DJ to ever bring me out.
Yeah.
Outside my room, put me in a club. I DJ for like 15, 20 minutes. There was like 10 DJs lined up.
Yeah.
It's like DJ 15, 20 minutes. I enjoyed my set. Everybody else that was there too, like, yo, I know you're doing really, like, you're pretty good. And just when you go big, don't forget us. So I'm like, nah, never. Yeah.
Man, no, that's dope, man. That's dope.
Appreciate that.
I think it also goes to show how important relationships are.
Yes.
To being the mentor, whether it's the mentorship, whether it's just getting plugged in, learning what you need to know to take things,
Facts.
the next step.
Yeah, DJing has always been a very interesting journey.
Yeah.
A lot has happened between then and now.
Yeah.
2017, I moved to the DMV.
Okay.
Yeah,
From Philly.
Yeah, from Philly.
And what part of Philly were you in?
Northeast.
Okay.
Yeah, I stayed Northeast a lot. I would DJ out of Philly. Like around that time, I put together a college tour for myself. So I would go to a lot. Like I went to 5-6 schools in PA as well.
Yeah.
So Bucknell, Susquehanna, other schools. Man, it was just I can't remember.
So you say you put together college tour for yourself?
Yeah.
So what was that experience like, and how'd you even go about that?
It was lit. It was the first school was Bucknell University.
Okay.
I went. One of my guy, he used to manage me back then, so he brought me out. And I went to go DJ. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
The funny part about that, after we DJ'd, I had to be at church at 10 o'clock in the morning. The first time I ever had a hangover.
Yeah.
We still made it to church and everything, though.
You still made it, though.
We still made it. But yeah, college, I reach out to college ASAs and figure out whenever during the start of the school year.
Yeah.
They post up their organizations and stuff.
Yeah.
So I would look up the president and event coordinator. So I'll follow them.
Yeah.
And then I'll cheat myself to them hey, yo, I'm really interested in DJing for you guys' future events.
Right.
So they'll reach out and then we pretty much pick a date. They let me know whatever date they're trying to do stuff. And then we go ahead and go from there.
Did you finish the aviation school?
Yeah.
So then, so from there is when you really started.
Yeah, that's a long story about that too. When I finished, I was supposed to take some exams.
Yeah.
But because around the time I was also in school, I felt like I was in my prime time as a DJ.
Yeah.
Because every single weekend I'm booked. And I got the grace to go on tour with Maleek Berry.
Okay.
A big shout out to JB's, SNG.
Shout out to JB's, yeah.
Yeah, they put me on and I went on tour with Maleek. I've done multiple, worked with Duke, went back when Duke started, Olamide concert in New York.
Okay.
And, and all of that.
Yeah.
Really interesting. It's just straight.
And what year was that when you were doing those concerts?
That was 2015, 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, also big shout out to DJ Zemo. Without Zemo, I would not gonna know Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much played a big role.
Gotcha.
DJ Zemo is my mentor. Yeah, always make sure he put me in the side. Blue Martini nights.
Okay.
Every first Sunday of the month.
Yeah.
He does Afro politics or something like that.
Got you.
So he put me on map and then just go from there. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, so you got an impressive resume already, for real.
Right.
What kind of got you? You said initially you saw some of the money they were charging to get started in the DJ biz, but what kind of gave you the momentum to keep going? Because nothing is instant success, and you even said yourself you're not where you want to be. So what's kind of the things that you see in every step of the way that keeps you going?
Whenever I DJ, the interaction I have with crowds actually gets me going. When I'm done DJing, how people walk up to me yo, you were really good. And then I just come to realize it's not really about the money. It's pretty much about are you engaged with the crowd? How the crowd respond to you? The good feedbacks that you're getting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just I think I really want to do this. So I just continued. And then big shout out to my dad, man.
Yeah.
My dad stopped me from DJing for a little bit.
Stopped you said?
Yeah, because after aviation, I was supposed to take some exams. But I got distracted, like I said. And it was it's either you take your exam right now or
no more DJing. Yeah.
And Mind you, I was already booked.
Well, were you distracted from DJing or just?
No, I was
a lot
distracted
going on?
I was distracted from school.
Oh, okay, got
Yeah,
you,
like,
got
you know,
got you.
I graduated in 2006 in Aviation Institute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then around that time too, right after I graduated was when I went on tour with Maleek Berry.
Okay.
Yeah, so weekend after weekends, like, you know, I used to be the person that don't miss church on Sundays. So now, like,
Well, did you mention? Did he mention that he went on tour with Maleek Berry?
Yeah.
You did. Oh, okay, I must have missed that.
Too many people on the list.
Yeah, it's a lot of people on the list, man. It's a lot of people on the list.
Yeah.
So far.
So one quick thing, it sounds like your pops was pretty supportive.
Yes.
You in the DJ biz, but you know, with the foreign household, usually doctor, engineer, lawyer, stuff like that. How is it that your dad was always like this, or you had to prove something before you had his backing?
It was more like I could remember the conversation that he had with my mom. Like I used to be the type to stay to myself.
Yeah.
Like for me to find something that I'm interested in was very difficult. When it came to school, I wasn't so sure what I really wanted to do after I graduated high school, but I was really interested. Like growing up, I've always been interested in aviation.
Yeah.
So I went to school. I wasn't doing good at CCP because I started in CCP.
Okay.
So he pretty much like, yo, like, okay, you've always talked about you trying to tap into like, you know, aviation stuff.
Yeah.
So he took me to aviation school. I signed up. And then when I really got into DJing, he was like, I've never seen this guy so interested in something like this before. So let me just go ahead and give him a shot.
Yeah.
So he gave me the shot. My first car was a car he used. He literally handed me the car keys. I'm like, hey, I've done my best. My best is to bring you guys to America. So you have to pretty much create a life for yourself. So tapped in and then like, you know, just continue. My dad supported, my sister, my family, pretty much everybody supported me. Until like, you know, I just started distracting. Like I got distracted.
Yeah.
And then that was when like my dad is very strict. Well, not no more because yeah. But yeah, so he was like, yeah, like but then and then like, you know, you just gotta get yourself together.
Yeah.
I started taking this test. Like I was so scared. Like I'm not a big fan of taking exams like that. Before I take it, like I feel like it's everybody. Whenever it comes to like taking exams, like you're scared to fail.
Right.
Yeah, so
Anxieties and
so like, you know, and that was what I was going through around that time. So I was just really like, hey, like how am I gonna do this? And like pretty much got myself together. And then he said to me it was either that or like I don't DJ no more. So he pretty much said, you give me what you like. You have to do what I want before I allow you to do what you want to do. So I did that, and then I took my first exam, and then so much stuff was going on around Philly. So I had to move to the DMV. I moved to the DMV. I decided to stay low to myself. Nobody.
What year did you move to DMV?
2017.
2017.
Yeah, I moved back in 2000 and like last year, 21.
Okay. Oh, so you're in Philly now?
Yeah, I'm in Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody really knew that I was living in DMV until last year.
Well, you said there was a lot going on here? Or?
Yeah, it was here in Philly. Like I had a show, my manager got locked up. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I feel like all of that could have been avoided, but we're not about to go ahead and get into this right now. So I wasn't really happy about myself. It's like I was happy, but like, you know, deep down, there's so much going that I wasn't really happy about. So I'm like, yo, I think it's time for me to leave Philly.
Like a change in environment.
Yeah, I didn't really know what was God that was working in me. So I went to the DMV, stayed in the DMV. I already knew people up in the DMV, but like, you know, I just didn't want people to know that what I was up to. So I stayed to myself. I was with my sister. I went back to school, aviation as well. And then I kept going, and then I'll do private events here and there. I'll do a lot of private events, then go DJ at a club.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then when I was done in school last year, I'm like, yo, DMV don't got nothing for me. I'm coming back to Philly because, Philly's, I feel like my heart was in Philly, that where I was living from. So I came back to Philly, and then
Now that's what's up that you decided to come back to Philly. Yeah, especially, I mean, DC does have its scene, and New York and some of these other cities.
Yeah.
And to decide that you wanted to kind of plant that stake here is that's like a route to start. That's
So with the kind of events we were doing in, the DMV, I feel like the DMV is more, the African population is more heavy there than in Philly. Of course, you got Baltimore, got PG, DC, pockets in Virginia. How did that not impact, or did it impact your career in the DMV versus being out in Philly? Like, what's the pros and cons being out there versus being up here?
I feel like living in DMV, you need to be able to, like, for you to get into the entertainment industry in the DMV, like, you need to be mentally prepared. You need to be mentally prepared. Like,
co-signing, like, can you explain? Like,
it's more like,
where are you a promoter out there?
So it's more like, there's so many stuff that goes on behind. And mind you, before I ever moved out of Philly, I've known and worked in the DMV. Yeah. Big shout out to Legendary Mike, my first event when I moved out of the DMV. Okay. I mean, when I moved out of Philly, Davido concert, Afrofest, 2017 Afrofest. I was one of the head DJ for the Ankara night. And then Davido the next day. It was a really lit ass weekend. And it was my birthday. ASA weekend, yes, pageant weekend. It was pretty much interesting. So, I just feel like in order for you to do something, the DMV, you have to be solid. And solid also requires money. Yeah. So I'm not where I want to be yet, so I can't really put myself there. Right. And on top of that too, I feel like there's so many competitions out there in the DMV. Like, everybody want to do something. Right. Yeah, and I don't want to be looked at as that person that just came from the DMV. That just came from Philly. And then, like, you just want to go ahead and jump in the DMV and start doing something. Like, I wasn't trying to be that type of person.
Oh, sorry. So when you say money and being solid as in, like, have a game plan, you have like an A-type personality and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay, got you. So the competition is more.
Competition is more in terms of. I actually went through this too. How would I put it? It's more like, if you're not popping, you're not gonna be successful in the DMV. Like, everybody already know where they're trying to go to. Gotcha. So if you don't already have a name for yourself and you just want to do something, I'm not saying it's not possible.
I mean, it seems like part of it is so much is maybe already established there that it's hard to, like, shake the
right. Gotcha. And on top of that too, you also have to know people, and so you have to know your worth, because a lot of people in the DMV, like, they, like, a lot of promoters like to use you. So I know my worth. I don't want to be used. Yeah. I don't want to be
using your way, like
unpaid gigs or something.
Exactly. Like, they will promise you, but they're not gonna fulfill. So it's like, hey, yo, can you come DJ this thing? Like, this and that. Yeah. But when it's time to pay up, you're giving me excuse. Like, this is something I already went through kind of started in Philly. So, which is also one of the reasons why I decided to focus on the college.
Yeah.
Because college will pay. Like, if you don't pay me, like, majority of the time, my checks comes in the mail.
Yeah.
My full payment comes in the mail majority of the time before I even get on the road. Except if they say, you don't get paid until after your service.
Yeah.
Then I understand. But like, I just wasn't trying to be a victim of promoters telling me, you're gonna, like, I'll pay you this, and then when it's time, you're aware giving me $50. Oh, the club didn't make that much money.
Yeah.
$50. Take $50. Take $50 for now. I'll pay you later. And then when it's time for later, I'm calling you, not picking up my phone. So, like,
slime.
That's
I'm sorry. I apologize for my DMV that's gonna be seeing this. But
Now, shout out to DMV though.
Big shout out to DMV.
Learn a lot of lessons.
Yes. But whoever, all the people I worked with in the DMV though, they never did me dirty. They really never did me dirty, and I really appreciate them for everything. I really appreciate everybody in my life for everything they've done for me. Because without them, I'm really not gonna be like this. So.
How did you and your current manager get paired up?
Who's your manager?
Right there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Big shout out to Lowe's Collection.
Lowe's Collection.
Collection of all trades. She does it. She has brain. Her brain is just crazy. That's one of my big favorite part about her. But it was this day we was at the studio in the DMV too. This was 2020, early 21.
Ending 2020.
Ending 2021. Yeah, we were at TMZ, Dafidi, Lalo, Toby Drills, Malika, Tivs, Lotus, pretty much I'll go to the studio. This was actually during the pandemic. There was nothing else to do. So I go to the studio, we just go ahead and chill, we all have a good time.
Yeah.
And then she came around. I've known her for the longest, before we really, got close. So...
He actually DJed the ASB weekend I ran with Aviation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which was the one I was just talking about for
And
fast.
this before you became his manager.
Yeah.
This was back in 2017.
Back in 2017, yeah. So we reconnected in the house. She has this passion for putting events together. So, and my phone is, if you go through my notes, events on events and events. Literally, I feel like I have events planned for the next 5 years.
Wow.
I can easily just go on my phone, pick up what I really want to do, and then go ahead and put it in action. So I started sharing my vision with her.
Yeah.
And it's different when you're sharing your vision with somebody and they understand, right? Plus, you're sharing your vision with somebody and then they were like, yo, hold on, give me a second real quick, I gotta go upstairs. And then what she did was went upstairs, grabbed the iPad, and then, no, it was a note actually, and then she started writing down as I'm talking. By the time I finished talking, she showed me, literally, I'm like, nah, this is different. So we just started getting closer and closer. And then I did my very first event in the DMV, Afro Night Live DMV. Man, the devil tried that day. The devil tried that day, but I cried that day.
Oh, what happened?
Man, CDC came and shut my party down.
CDC?
They didn't come and shut my party down. Actually,
they
told us they came.
Pandemic, you said?
This was towards the end of the pandemic. Actually, April 20.
It was like a super spreader. Like, what was going on?
No, so this is a venue. During the venue was so low key that I couldn't believe that CDC actually showed up.
Yeah.
So that day we started me and the owner, we went to go pick up sound. We went to the venue, went to go set up. My boy DJ Sai, And like, you know, my other guy, Trap Demi, Nigel, we all met up at the venue, and like I set up the sections the way I wanted the sections.
Yeah.
I set up the stage the way I wanted the stage. And then doors opened at 10 o'clock. At 10:20, CDC came, and I'm hearing words like CDC. I'm like, wait, who's CDC? At this time, I didn't really understand what CDC was. So the guy came and was like, yeah, I'm not saying you guys cannot have gatherings, but you can't have loud music, you can't have drinks, and everybody can't sit down like, you know, together like that and stuff. And I'm like, this is not a funeral. Like, you know, we came here to have fun. So, like, you know, we came here to have fun. And it was like, usually, like, if he has to come back here, like, he's going to have to shut the venue down. He's going to have to shut everything down. And then the owner is definitely going to be getting fined. I don't want no problem, like, you know, with nobody and stuff. So I sat down in the corner. I was crying. She's over here telling me, like, you know, everything's gonna be good. Like, you know,
Right.
like I'm like, yo, like, why me? This is my very first event at DMV, and I'm about to shut this down 20 minutes after this thing started. And then we started making phone calls. I called my boy Legendary Mike. He was like, give me a minute, like, you know, let's see what I can do. And by the time I got off the phone with Legendary Mike, she and Tyra the DJ, like, you know, they already got off the phone with this venue, Five Sisters. The place was big enough to take my crowd. So they were like, oh, sure, like, you know, you guys can just go ahead and come over, like, you know, you can slide. And then I'm like, hey, last new address. Mind you, I already I cried. I already gave up. I'm like, at this point, everybody can go. And one thing about me, people come from out of town for my event. So you can understand why I was crying. Like, so it was just
a whole
more
situation.
So it was just more like,
Brought people out. 5, 6, 7 people.
Wow.
Man, I wish we actually took to that venue though, because I feel like it would still been one of the best events in the DMV. But we moved the event to Five Sisters, Laurel, with like 15, 16-minute drive. And by the time we got there, before I even got there, people was already there at the door. It was packed. They were not ready for what was coming. They had no idea. So we had to run around, do all of that, and pretty much trying to make the best out of everything. And to God be the glory. The devil did not shame me. God did not shame me. God didn't shame me. It worked out. It was, man.
They said that one was a spiritual word. I mean, we've definitely noticed that DJ Bukz. He said Bukz.
Yeah, DJ Bukz.
DJ Bukz draw the crowd.
Right.
And not every DJ can say that. These are people who have been in the game for a long time.
Right.
We know that you're still on your journey and you're kind of going along your journey. What is it that you feel it gives you that I'm gonna call like a je ne sais quoi? There's something about your brand that it grabs people. And what is it do you feel in the way you've gone about branding yourself, whether it's even like your crowd engagement, what is it do you feel that draws the crowd to you?
I'll say be good to people. If you're good to people, they're obviously gonna be good to you. And no matter, like, I can say, yo, I'm doing something like, well, be good to people and have that. Like, I have a group of guys that we're all together. Like, you know, if we actually come together and do something together, we're definitely going to take over. So I tell them, it's more like if you have 5, I always say this too, if you have 5 people that have people. Right. So, yo, I want you to do this. And you can do this. I know where they're good at. Right. And then I just be like, yo, like, this is what I want to do. Like, you know, and thank God everybody that I ever reach out to, like, yo, let's do this. Like, they're always like, you know, like, all right, let's do it. Like, into it. Like, let's do it. And also have God on your side. God first. If you put God first, there's nothing you can ever want to do that's not possible. So, and encourage people to be better. Yeah, just being good to people and you don't burn the bridges because you don't know where you're about to go. Like I can because I don't know you like that now. Like you feel me? I can't really judge you based on because we don't really know each other. And one thing about me, I have to get comfortable before, I get loose. So, once I watch what's going on around me, and if this person does not look approachable, I will stay in my own corner. So, I'm not gonna go until I start to see them get loose and hey, it's popping, introduce and then just go ahead and keep it going. And not just go ahead and go by my day, DJ, do what I gotta do. As soon as I'm done, just continue on to the next one. And also forgetting, I usually don't take nothing to heart. You can see me right now, curse me, you can curse my father, you can curse my mother. Because of that, I'm not about to get up and smack you. So, don't take nothing to heart and just be real to yourself and be truthful to yourself. And if you, have a good vibe, of course. Like I said, have good people surround you. And, these are good people. There's always going to be down for you. And pretty much have your own fan base. Do well to people. Look out. And one thing about me as well, too, even if I don't have it, I'll figure out a way to pretty much. You come to me and hey, yo, can you do this? If I don't have this, you need it more than I do. I'll just go ahead and give it to you. Yeah, and then however you take it, you take it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
When did you know your name has pulls out here in the entertainment industry? We talked about how you got started and where you are now, but when did you know, I am DJ Bukz and people come out here, wherever I am, to come see me?
Man, when I started, so Temple OAS back then, 2016, this was a little bit after the Maleek Berry thing. I'm proud of myself, right? Sometimes I get to be I may seem off cocky, but I'm not cocky.
It's like that Jadakiss line, I'm not cocky, I'm confident.
Yeah, I'm not even confident.
That's best is a compliment.
I'm not even confident though. I'm overconfident. When I say I too sabi, I feel like I too sabi, but I wouldn't let you know that, because you never really know how people react based on myself. So that day, there was this pageant. Pageant December 2016, right after I graduated, actually. One of the president of the OAS back then, she was like, she was stuck in Canada. So she spent the whole entire semester in Canada due to papers and stuff. Big shout out to Genevieve. She called me on the phone yo, Bukz, I need your favor. I'm like, what do you need? Talk to me. And then she was like, this is what's going on. I need your help the best way you can help me. And I was like, you know what? Just focus on yourself. Focus on the pageant part. And let me help you focus on the after party. So all you just gotta do is whatever I tell you to do, just do it that way and watch it's gonna pull out. And that day I did not charge them a single dollar, but I made them thousands of dollars to the venue because it was lit. People came from Virginia, not DC, Virginia. I'm talking about Richmond, Virginia for the after party. It was lit. Virginia. Yeah, it was lit. And that day I was like, nah, this is OC. And just continue. Like, I like to also believe for everything you do, your next project has to be better than your last project. That way, like, people will always be looking forward to what you have coming up. So it's just more like having confidence in yourself that you can get this thing done. And just putting it in play, pick the date, and then just work. And the work is pretty much promoting yourself, like, promoting the events and stuff, like, DMs. I promote majority of my stuff through DMs anyway. So, hey, I see this person, I really like their vibe, I want them on my party. Hey, I'd like to invite you to my party. And, like, I put your name on the guest list. My guest list closes at 11 o'clock. So if you're not there by 11 o'clock, you're going to have to pay for the things. So, exactly. My phone is off at like 10:30. Like, not really off, but I tell my phone, but people, if you really want to get through me, you know exactly how to get through me. But if I see a number that I don't know, that I don't have saved on my phone, I'm not picking it up. But
No, I was gonna say, I'm not sure if I got the backstory, but how did y'all get connected? Was it you and Aki or you were in Sekou?
You guys had this rooftop party a while back. This Kenyan guy, what's his name?
Abbas?
Abbas. Abbas Benny. He reached out to me. Not Abbas. What's this guy name? Please remind me. The Guinean guy that was just.
Sekou.
Sekou. I DJ at TCD in Delaware every Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
If I'm not doing my own event, there's high chances you're gonna find me there. So I've seen him there. So, like, from there we reached out, like, and then he reached out to me. One of my Afro Night Out event. Okay. He's trying to pull up, and then he told me about the One July Day party. And I'm like, yo, I would definitely be there. That was the same weekend of the weekend after the second Afro Night Out. I think, I don't remember, but I missed that event. I was really, really, really trying to be at that event.
The Afro and Chill.
I was really trying to be at that event, but I forgot. and then I saw Abbas posted it on his page. I'm like, wait, what? This event was overnight. This event passed. I was kind of sort of pissed, and I'm like, you know what? I'm definitely gonna stay updated because One Jollof, like, I definitely want to know, like, who's really behind One Jollof. And then when you reached out to me, I'm like, it's go time. Let's get this. Let's get this popping.
I'm glad we're able to connect and start building. And
yes, sir.
Like I said, we've been aware of DJ Bukz, and a lot of the work you've been doing.
Facts, appreciate that.
I know you just spun at was it Rema?
Yeah, Rema concert.
Yeah, how was that?
You really try. Every single day it just comes right back. Rema, it was great. Like, his performance was great. It was top notch, you feel me? But I still think her set was better. Me and DJ Simon, we won the crowd. We set the tone. Like, Rema, DJ Prince came right after me, and then I'm like, you know what? I played that song, Trabaye, Burna Boy. The way the crowd interacted, I'm like, you know what? Even if the crowd does not interact to the next song, I feel like I already done more than enough because it was insane. It was really good. It was great. I really enjoyed myself that day, though. But
how do you feel about? We know what Afrobeat, this African music in general right now is doing to the world.
And you just starting.
I mean, and it's just, and that's the crazy thing about it, that it's really only just starting. But when it comes to the US, even Philly, for example, being able to turn on the radio station and you're hearing the same song 1,000 times, like, since and these songs, like, this is not what we grew up hearing and knowing. What is it like being a part of this culture and so that the epicenter of it as the ascension is continuing?
I feel like I said, anybody watching this, any non-African watching this, Afrobeat is here to stay.
Yeah.
We never really had that. What's that? What's that chart?
Billboard.
Yeah, Billboard. We never really had Billboard. Like you know, how many people would like nowadays we have American people singing African music word for word. So it's just more like we're just, although we've been here.
Right. Now, I mean,
We've been here.
and shout out to all the artists who sort of opened the gate.
Yes.
And the floodgates.
Yes. But we're here to stay.
Yeah.
But in the US though, I like to believe, we have the potential to go greater.
Yeah.
But there's so many talented artists, Afrobeat artists here in the United States that needs a platform.
The light show.
If they're able to get the platform to showcase themselves or get an opportunity to work with mainstream artists and stuff like that, they're gonna blow.
Wow.
And I can continue naming. One of them is inside this room right now, but I'm not gonna say his name because his manager can cut my head off. I'm not gonna tell because he's actually supposed to be working on music right now. We linked up earlier, was supposed to work together, but I was cooking. He was still working. But I feel like not until Afrobeat artists in the diaspora get their shine, I feel like it's still going to be a little bit hard. So which comes down to what I really like, where I find myself, I have a how would I say it? I have a set goal.
Almost like purpose.
Pretty I found my purpose. And one of my purpose I believe is to try to help uplift enough of the international artists already. There's already popping. We need to find a way to come together. Africa is unity. We need to come together and help uplift each other. London did it. A lot of artists went to London to go and blow. So very soon, it's like I said, just watch out. Just watch.
It's definitely the start of it here because in London and in the UK they caught on. They've been in the mix for years now.
Before it got this way.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
But we're just here.
Wait and see.
It's funny because a lot of stuff is going behind the scene that people don't really know of right now. Some of them that I know about, although I don't like to engage myself into stuff that that you didn't bring my attention to. But me, I see and I pay attention. And with the pace Afrobeat is going right now, this is the time where I'll put myself in upcoming as well too, upcoming artists, and to keep working. The more you work, and like I said, make sure your next project is better than your last one, because that's how you're gonna be successful. You never know. And music travel. Sound travel through the speed of light. And if you make good music, and there's no way people are not going to be listening to you in China.
Right.
They're going to feel it. They're going to react to it.
Listen, let me tell you. So I went to the Burna Boy's concert at Madison Square in the spring.
I wasn't there. I wish I was.
Man, I said, I'm in the crowd looking at Indian people, Chinese people, white people. They're speaking Yoruba. I'm seeing Indian people speaking Yoruba. I'm seeing white people speaking Yoruba because it doesn't even matter what he's saying, but it's just the lyrics. People know the lyrics word for word, and regardless if you feel it, you know what I'm saying. You're gonna respond.
Right, and that's just making good music.
Yeah.
If you make good music, people are gonna interact with you.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, like, you can't come to me, right? Hey, I make good music. Can you please help me spin my record?
Right.
And then I heard a song, and I got good ears for music.
Yeah.
And it might be hard, like, and some people don't, like, they can't take criticism, like, they feel some type of way.
Feedback, yeah.
But, like, like, if your song is not that good to me,
Right.
best believe me, even if you pay me, like, I'll just collect your money. I'll play your song 2-3 times.
Yeah.
Like, that's about it. I'm not even gonna play the entire song. Like, there's guys, like I said, good music.
Yeah.
Like, their name is ringing in my head right now. Like, so
you mentioned one of the artists already, but who are? Can you name a couple of artists just for the audience?
For the audience
that they need to
tune into,
man, look up, to check out on streaming service.
Man, if you ever get the chance, I apologize to the rest of my friends, my artist friends out here, if I don't really remember you guys' name, but you gotta definitely check out, of course, T-Script. I'm gonna start from family, like T-Script, Chidi, Lake.
If you remember their,
DMV.
if you know their IGs, can you plug it in?
I don't remember that.
Well, one is right here. What's your IG?
Yeah, that's TSCRPT. Check it out. He actually make good music. That's the Wizkid of Philadelphia.
The Wizkid of Philadelphia.
Yeah, I call him the Wizkid of Philadelphia.
That's a bold explanation.
Yeah, it's DJ Sai. I call him the Tunes of Philadelphia. Both of them together, mad combo.
Yeah.
Lami Wonder. A lot of people in Philly definitely, like, a good amount of people, they know who Lami is. Lami Wonder, Toby Drills, who else? From the Jersey side, there's Dully P, J London, there's Sudan, there's Caddy, there's Fatty, there's Queen Eazi, North Carolina. Man, there's so many names. I'm definitely forgetting a lot. Billow Music, New York. Who else? Delacqua the Vibes. Big shout out to everybody from Philly. Details that he's from Liberia. List goes on. Okay, Papi Ojo. Did you watch the video? Beyonce. What song did Papi? The Blue Man.
Yes, that's probably where
For Beyonce.
name is.
Yeah, Black is King. Yeah, that's Papi Ojo. Bemi Do. Bemi So. I apologize about that, but yeah, Bemso. Man, there's Uche Maleek, A Sensation, my boy Luther. So the list goes on. I can't really remember right now, but yeah,
that's good.
Everybody make good music.
Yeah, it's I know it's a lot.
It is a lot. Yes, it is a lot.
If you put everyone, even outside of Africa, everyone just in the diaspora, all people in the diaspora, it's a whole country. So
yeah.
So yeah,
it's just a lot. It's many talents out here, and I can go on my email right now. I have emails of people sending me songs, and I sit down and listen to the music. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, yo, one of my guys too. He actually has a plat with Future. He's a producer. Israel. Yes, Israel. Yeah. Many Wells as well. Many Wells. That's I can't forget that. Yeah, he has a song with Tim's. Yeah, Manuel.
R&B, right?
Yeah, R&B. Yeah, talent. When I talent, there's talent is greater than talent. Like man, like everybody just got that. There's something special in every single person that like I've named, and they're all doing really good. Oops, I can't. I'm sorry, man. I apologize to Gojo.
You see
Gojo, like man, I already done name like I named like about at least 10 as of right now, and there's more. There's more. I go on Instagram, go scroll. Like I find out about new artists every single time. Yeah.
Do you make music too?
Yeah, not fully though.
Okay.
I'm a part-time, more like a 15% producer.
Okay.
Yeah, I make beats as well. This is something I picked up during the pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah, just by going to the studio and like finding interest and watching how these people are doing.
Yeah.
So that's one of my next step right now. Next year, by God's grace, I'm probably gonna start working in my aviation industry.
Okay.
So I may not really have enough time into like DJing like that.
Yeah.
So I want to spend more time sitting down, creating like music.
Yeah.
So what I really want to do is like create so many beats.
Yeah.
And then like just be dropping project like this artist featuring this artist.
Yeah.
This artist featuring this artist, and like let's see how we can go ahead and push. And obviously with the help of my investors, like my sponsors, like my peoples. One thing I like about, like I said, one thing I like about everybody, if I give them a solid plan and they see the vision, they're gonna jump on it.
Right.
So like opportunity. There's so many opportunities out there. So we just gotta create something for ourselves.
But let's talk about that part of it, the vision, because you mentioned if you pull up your notes, I said we have an event plan for
press my phone
for years. You talk about when you and your manager connected and you were laying out the vision to her. Can you talk a little bit about, so like where DJ Bukz wants to take?
What's the next step? What's the next for DJ Bukz? To be honest, I really think. Yeah, I know. I think like look. I created this like September 4th. This was like last week. I haven't even finished it. Like I have so like literally so many stuff, and like literally DJ Bukz and Go strategy plan, and like literally what I really want to do. I'm gonna show you this too. So it's like cookouts, like so many other plans. This was my first event that I planned out. I think is in my stuff. I wanted to I had this one big dream. Like Wizkid has never came to the United States to come up party. I'm never came to Philadelphia for a concert before. Yeah, and during the pandemic, I was like, I think I want to give
because this is actually something that we discussed too one July, because he skipped Philly. Or made in Lagos.
So many artists skip Philly. And I said that too. Duke, if you can hear me today, if you can hear me, if you're watching this, a big shout out to everything you're doing, Duke Concept. That guy is undefeated right now. Like I feel like there's no artist that want to go through in the United States. They know
they have everything.
That man.
All the concerts.
That man since the first like Olamide, like Eazi. Like it's just every single year is back to back to back. And I think the pandemic really did a lot on people. People were able to sit down and reflect on themselves. I know I spend time to sit down with myself. I'm like, yo, I could have been here right now, but I'm not. What can I do? How can I move to be better than where I was at that time? So like I sat down and reflected and like, it was pretty much set down the goals and like, what do I really want to do? And then that was when I made the decision, like, I'm going back to Philly. Philly is kind of sort of where it is, like, and like I get so pissed when I go on when I see a new artist
Yeah.
touring and Philly's not on the map.
Right.
I'm not happy about that. You feel me? And I once asked this guy, why are we not on your
On radar,
like,
yeah.
And then he told me, he said Philly's
Wizkid or Duke?
no, not Duke.
Okay.
And then he told me, he was like, man, Philly's ghetto.
That was the response.
Philly's what?
He said Philly. He said Philly is like Philly's ghetto, but not really what he said though, because it was more. We had more conversations to that. He just felt like there's nothing Philly has to offer.
Interesting. See, the thing is, it's a perception, but the history that's in Philly, what exists in Philly goes under the radar. And when you look at, because even we have these conversations all the time. When we look at Philly versus DC versus New York, people they go to these other places because it doesn't already exist here. And but location wise, this is the best time location.
Just look, you have Philly right here, you have DMV right here, you have New York right there. Inside Philadelphia, there's so many cities behind Philadelphia that's even bigger than the DMV and the New York right there. And then right there, you have New South Jersey, you have North Jersey, you have New York, you have Boston, you have all these other places. Just like that, you have Delaware, you have Baltimore, you have PG, you have the DMV outside North Carolina. And I look at this, I'm like, yo, Made in America happens in Philadelphia every single year. And thousands of people fly from outside the whole entire world to enter Made in America.
100%.
But we don't see Philly as a solid foundation as Afrobeat. So I came down and I'm like, yo, until Philly is able to have the name it used to have before I became a DJ, Philly was top one.
100%.
Like, what's DMV nightlife? That was not there yet. New York nightlife, it was there. Like, literally, New York and Philly was literally right there. This was even before I even got into DJing. When I got into the DJing, like, it was still there, but not as there. Because, like, people, they will question, like, Philly will never really be into Philly before. And then, like, I think the bad reviews on Philly, like, violence and stuff. But, like, Philly is one of the best places you can come to. You can come to this city and still enjoy yourself. Although, like, we may not have the number one nightlife, but there's never a time I've ever done an event that I never had a successful event.
No, for sure. And again, I think part of it is it's a perception because violence happens everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
People still go to Chicago for their shows, right? I even see what happened, unfortunately, in LA yesterday.
That's
rest in peace to PNB.
Yes.
So it's but this has to be done. I think that's what it is. I think people kind of, they look at it, they either shun it, they say, okay, I'm not trying to do Philly, or they just go somewhere else. And so it has to be. There's no reason why Wizkid shouldn't be at a Fillmore. Well, now
you don't even.
But like,
like.
When we were talking about it, we were saying it Fillmore, but they escalated quickly.
And one thing, and also one thing people like to believe about Philly, that Philly don't have venues. We have one of the best venues out here. Dell Music Center. It holds at least 10,000 people, all age. Burna Boy can sell that place out in a week.
100%.
Wizkid, Davido, all these name artists, like, they can go there. And I actually spend more of my time looking up venues. Because I'm a type of person, like, as soon as we walk through this door, I'm like, yo, this place looks nice. Like, this is a very dope place for, like, parties. But, like, people like to believe that, like, there's no venues in Philadelphia that can hold, like, a special crowd. But we really do. Like, I will go, me and my boy Sai, we spent time, even including him too. We just started hanging out with us a lot more. We'll go out, like, we'll go look at venues. And then my number one purpose, like, hey, what's the I'm trying to reach out to this person, like whoever runs this. I definitely like I see this. I see us packing this place out with no problem. Like, you know, and it's just we gotta. Like, people just gotta put that Philly's nothing out the head because here in Philly, we cannot be global like we say we really want to if we don't connect all dots.
100%.
Yeah. So in order for us to grow like that, you cannot skip Philly.
For sure.
You will make your money.
For sure.
And then like people, even people still come. Rema's show was on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Come on, see how packed the place was. People was there.
Because I was at Rema show was at our
no. It was at TLA.
It was at TLA. Okay,
It was at TLA. People on the Tuesday night, people were there. Now imagine if you did that on a Saturday at a bigger venue. Tell me you're not gonna make your money back. I beg, please. Like I thought about all of this while I was at DMV. I'm like, you know what? That's also one of the reasons why I said like DMV is not for me yet. I'm not ready to go back to the DMV. I don't think I'll ever be ready to go back because I feel it's easier to do something at the DMV than it is to do something in Philly. Like I said, DMV, wherever the clout is, they will be there.
What has to happen for you to believe, you know, you've arrived, or, you know, I'm top class, or, you know, I'm at the next level that I need to be? What's your vision for you to say confidently in yourself, like, yeah, everybody know who I am, you know, there's nothing else that can stop me out here?
Man, when I like to say, when I'm sitting in my room or maybe laying down in my room, maybe sleeping, and I wake up and I see money generating and it's coming from DJing. Mind you, I don't have to be there. Then I'll say I'm on top. And that comes from like, you know, what my next plan really is. Or right now, I've been telling them too, like aviation is not, DJing is not something I really want to do for the rest of my life. Sometimes it's going to, like, I'm going to have to put a hand into, like, you know, not really necessarily a hand, but I'm going to have to start falling back and, like, focus on myself. And, like, you know, sit down and use my career to build myself that way. When it's time for me to, like, you know, sit down, like, I'll use whatever money that I already saved up, that I use that same money, invest that money to myself and double up. And
you forgot to mention your prodigy.
You
forgot to mention your prodigy.
Man,
that's a good manager right there. You just fucking.
I don't want to talk too much about myself. My dad told me, my dad made me who I kind of sort of am today. And based on, like, you know, so many decisions, it's my dad and my boy. I call him my cousin, Lou. Whenever I try to tell him what my plans are, he tell me, shut up, I don't want to hear it. Now my dad literally, my dad came to me and he was like, how can you tell me that you're not seeing, like, you don't even know what I want to do? Right, you're complaining and saying, I'm not even sure, like, you know, what you want to do and stuff like that. My dad sat me down and showed me his tax return. Like what's that, 1090? 1098. Okay. He pulled his 1098, 1099 for the past 5 years. And then he put it in front of me and he said, look at these numbers. If me at this age, I'm making this number damn near up to 500K, 600K in 5 years. Within the span of 5 years, four and a half actually. Like, what's stopping my own son from making up to double at the age where he's at? And then, like, you know, we had that conversation and you told me, and then I wanted to start telling my plans, like what I really have planned for that year. My dad literally shut me up. I was like, I don't want to know your plans. Like, don't tell me your plan. I want to see you act. I want to see you do it. And then now I'm acting.
Yeah.
Right now I'm acting.
Yeah.
And guess what my father's telling me? I don't even know what you're doing. Like, now I'm actually acting. Like, I'm showing act and like, I'm showing sign. Like, I like to believe that I am like you're what you make yourself out of. I'm not sure if you understand, but you have to make some. I have to make something out of nothing. Yeah. So I know I am nothing. But where I'm trying to go, I have to build myself to really, get there. So every little step count. Sometimes I be so hard on myself. I'm like, yo, I'm doing this. Like, I'm not really seeing results. And then, like, I'm just like, what's next? Like, I have to do something. Mind you, I'm not seeing results, but 3 weeks ago, I was just DJing a concert. I'm not seeing results. Like, 2 months ago, I just did, like, I just had a great night just throwing an event. And, like, but still, like, sometimes I'm just too hard on myself. So, and I just felt like it's definitely like it's usually that time. Sometimes it's always around sometimes in the year, like usually right before summer, and right before the end of the year. I sit down and I just be like, yo, I don't know, like I'm not sure if I'm in the right path, but I'm gonna keep going. And then also like to think The Rock, one of the greatest successful entertainer out here. At the age of 25, I saw a story about how he had nothing. He was nothing. He was trying out to go to the NFL or whatever. And now the guy is the owner of XFL. At the age of 25, and right now it's like about 55, like around the age. So I'm like, I look up news, like, I hear stories. I'm like, yo. And then I also look at people, even if you're older than me, and I see where you're at. To me, it's just more like, shit, I don't want to be like, I don't, like, at this time, by the time I turn this age, I want to be living a different life. And while back, I told myself, like, by the age of 25, I prayed to God, like, I want my life to change. I was inside a club. I was seeing everybody around me, and I looked at myself. I wasn't happy. I'm like, Lord Jesus, you know my heart. By the age of 25, and then 25 came. My life literally went down like a stock. Like during Robin Hood, when people were going, things are really good. Like, I'm over here thinking, okay, like I'm about to make this decision and like, it's about to go good. And then next thing you know, like it just went down. And like, she was there. I cried. During my birthday, I wasn't happy. My birthday party, I was dancing. Like, and my people was asking me, were you drunk? I wasn't drunk. I know exactly why I was happy. I'm happy that I'm able to, like, live, like I'm able to see 25. And then, like, although I don't have it all set for myself, but I have faith also, like, you have to have faith, hope, and believe that God already answered your prayer. So all those three things, like, I pray for mercy, like, I always pray for grace, like, I always pray that God provide for my wishes, my needs, and my wants. And I always tell God, like, Lord, you see my heart, you see what I want to do. Even if it's days that maybe I only have $50 in my account. And I have to pay $1,000 over in 2 weeks. I just pray to God. He has never let me down. He has never let me down. I would just sit down after that prayer. 15, 20, or it can be 15 minutes, it can be 2 hours after that, or 2 days after that. One gig that's going to
pay me the amount that I'm looking for, just enters, and I'm back again.
Yeah.
So like you know,
listen, man. I want to well, first of all, I want to say thank you for sharing that with us, and also for being open and vulnerable with us on the show. And that's a couple things I want to say. The first is you talking about your dad, and something that I've learned about African parents is that African parents, they see the numbers. So it's like, they see the numbers. So your dad say, I don't even know what you're doing now. And it's like, you hadn't been able to share with him all these things. I guarantee you, once like certain checks start coming, he's going to know exactly
after that, after he made that statement, mind you, this was a recent, like a little bit after my birthday. After my birthday party this past weekend and stuff, he called me up and asked me if I can, like, you know, look out, spot him out and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, how much? And then he named the price. And then I just said, okay. Yeah. And then I went on my phone. I'm like, give me like 15 minutes. I went on my phone. I sent him the bread. And then he paid me back, of course. Like, you know, doubled my payment too. Yeah. But like, and I feel like after that, he literally just, okay, this guy is like, you know, he knows where he's going. I'm not sure if he wanted to test me to see if I was going to have it or I don't have it. Yeah. But like, you know, I felt like the fact that I was able to provide when he called me and asked me for it, and I was able to look out, like, you know, then now it's just starting to, like, you know, believe. Yeah. Like, I'm home pretty much during the week. Yeah. But whenever I tell my dad, oh yeah, I'm not going to be around. Yeah. If I tell him I'm not going to be around, I don't have to tell him I'm not going to be where I'm going to be, to be honest. I can be in Miami. Right. And my father don't know where I'm at. Or none of my sisters don't know where I'm at. Like, at the end of the day, it's all God's protection. So I told my mom, and I'm like, yeah, like, you don't have to worry about me. I'm not somebody you need to worry about. Yeah. The only thing I need from you, and they probably know that. They probably know that too. The only thing I need from them is prayers. Yeah. Just continue praying for me, and best believe me, I will pull through no matter what. For sure. And I like to have that heart, and that's pretty much what got me where I am today.
And another thing too is, and you alluded to this earlier, is that what you're doing and your goals is much more than about just the money, you know, much more about, and it's about the money. Talk about when you're DJing and the crowd reaction, the crowd engagement, and seeing. I mean, talk about 500 plus people pulling up to a show of yours and seeing what you have, and at the end of the day, you know, like everything that you've seen happen and all the heights that you'll reach, it's you know, it's not gonna happen on your time, it's gonna happen on God's time.
God's times.
So
always.
So I got one more question. With it's a lot more lighthearted.
Okay. Ooh.
I mean, I guess it's probably. I mean, let's see.
Tolu's scratching his head for me. Tolu's scratching his head for me. Please, because I got no scratch like that.
Easy question. Nigerian or Ghanaian to love?
Tolu, can you answer that question for me, please? Thank you. I actually made jollof today, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You make jollof?
I'm not a cook. I make suya. I know how to cook when I really want to cook, like, you know, but
you cook for yourself.
I'm not about to say that out there that I'm a good cook. I just said that way, like, you know, people just so. I'm like, literally, I'm a jack. I know how to do so many things. Like I said, outside of DJing, so many people don't really know me like that. But, like, you know, that's because they're not as close. I only have, like, selective, not everybody. I don't have friends. Not everybody I can call my friends. Yeah. I can call my people, like, even people that I call brothers, they're not even brothers to me anymore because, like, you know, people show their colors. But if you're loyal to me, I'm going to be loyal to you. And if you're close to me, I'll definitely open up. I don't even have to tell you so much stuff because, like, you know, things that I do will literally, like, you know, show you, like, you know, who I am. Sure. And yeah, that's just it. Naija all day, Naija jollof. I've tasted other type of jollof, yeah, they might be good, but hey, yo, Ninja all the way, because why would I go against my country? Like, come on, man. Stop.
With all that said, DJ Bukz.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Real quick. Did you answer the prodigal project?
Sai came to me 2019 during the pandemic. I did this event, and then he reached out to me on Instagram and was like, hey, yo, like, can I please? I'm like, guys, it's an open floor. Like, me accepting. One thing about me, if you reach it, like I said, if I have it, I'll give it. So I'm like, yeah, like, of course. And he came, showed out, like, and then ever since then, it's always, if you don't see Bukz, you will see Sai.
Yeah.
If you don't see Sai, you will see Bukz. And 85% out of 100, you always see both of us together. So my exit plan, I just feel like in the times where I'm gonna stop DJing, I definitely want to hand out. So pretty much what I do, even currently, like I have some events that I have planned, right? Like, bro, I can't be the face of this event because I don't want it. Right. So I'm gonna plan this for you. Let me just help you put your name on this, and then you just go ahead and carry, and then do your own thing. And then my manager's right there, she's definitely gonna assist you throughout everything. And obviously, because I'm the person that planned this whole entire thing, I'll be there. Right. I'll be there to let you know.
So it will be that you're making an appearance for some time and then you'll go, or you'll be there through?
No, like it's just more like I'll probably be the insider. Okay. It's like, and one thing, like so many events too that I've done, that people have done, that came through me as well. So I'm not about to put their names out there like that. I just have people like, I'm good with when it comes to planning, I can go to sleep in the morning. I'm telling you, like, I'll go to sleep and then wake up and like, yo, I just got this idea. She'll like, write it down. Yeah. Write what down? It's already in my head. I don't need to write this down. Like, that's not how you do it. It's like, she, because of her, like, I started doing a lot more planning instead of keeping everything in my head. So, eventually, though, just look out. Just look out. Everything is definitely, and I see it and I feel it. Everything is literally falling in place. Eventually, I'll probably be I also want to be like an executive producer as well. Okay. And I'm thinking, as of right now, I'm thinking about maybe starting a record label. Okay. But I don't want to own nobody. I just want to help you get to where I feel like you want to be at. And I don't have to sign. You don't have to sign. Just show me that you really want this, and then I'll use my own power to push. But when you pop, don't forget where you started. You can do all of that, but just you can say all the negative things, whatever. Just make sure you don't forget the positive, stuff that came out of it as well. So that's just that.
Sure. And DJ Bukz, it's been an honor and a pleasure.
Appreciate you guys for having me.
Appreciate all your the whole story.
Appreciate
knowledge.
Appreciate that.
And if you could just close out for us real quick, because there are a lot of people who are going to be watching this who they may be up and coming DJs, and they may be early on their journey, or they may just even be getting into it. What is something that you can say to people who are aspiring DJs and kind of want to take this direction that you have in your career?
Don't stop trying. And be open to get criticized, and people is gonna be open to be criticized and know how to react to certain stuff, and know how to be able to read your crowd, work on your music transition, work on your song selection, work on your attitude towards people. Don't react
fast. Like, you know, something like mind over feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, like use your mind. Don't act based on your feelings. Like, you know, and then be able to differentiate personal and business. Not everything you need to take personal.
Yeah.
And yeah. And just be true to yourself.
Yeah.
And be loyal to yourself. You and your family are the only people you have. So make sure you look out for your family. Yeah. And as long as you're happy, your family are happy with you,
Yeah.
best believe me, everybody else is gonna be on board eventually. And just be better, be a better version of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how else. You just gotta keep working. Don't stop working.
Man, I think that's a great way to close it out.
Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate
You tuned into another episode of the Pepper Soup Talk Show.
Pepper Soup.
And we'll see you next time.